Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to the month ahead astrology reading. Make sure you check your sun, moon, and rising signs for a comprehensive view of the month. Additionally, I would recommend watching the tarot reading of the month ahead for your zodiac to get a different perspective of the month. While you will know the astrology in advance through this session, I will also send you a reminder when the astrological events are near. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified as the events occur. I occasionally post behind the scenes meditation guidance, quizzes, and polls, which you can check for yourself in my community page, and it goes without saying that you will be notified when new videos are out, such as other zodiac readings and pick a card tarot readings too. If you prefer to cut down the guesswork about your month ahead, you can always connect with me via Etsy to get a personalized week by week, month ahead tarot reading paired with the general astrology. So enough about me, let's talk about you. So Capricorn, on the 1st of July, we have the Sun conjoining with Mercury in the sign of Cancer, which is right opposite your zodiac in your 7th house of relationships and your clients as well, the projections that you experience in life. And you can also be making some like new friends, or new communication could be happening within your existing connection that brings in some type of resolution or emotional security or clarity. On the 2nd, we have Venus in Leo squaring with Uranus in Taurus, and that is going to be affecting your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, vulnerability, and your 5th house of creativity, children, inner child, self-expression, dating, and romance. So where is it that you hold yourself back from getting too close from people, or in following your craft, your creativity, and expressing yourself more freely? Where is it that you're inhibiting yourself? There can be some breakthroughs in this area. On the 3rd, we have a full moon in your zodiac. So the moon is in your sign in Capricorn, and the sun is in your opposite sign of Cancer. So this brings in again more focus on you. This is a time of completion or a pivot point, and something that has started in the past 6 months. There can be some type of resolution coming in, or you're getting some more clarification or some more details for pivoting and changing course through other people who are more one-to-one related with you. So close friends and loved ones, even family members, they can give you more direction on how to like improve yourself or achieve a certain goal that you're trying to achieve, things like that. So you get some more perspective. On the 9th, we have Mercury in Cancer trining with Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune is retrograde at this time. So this is going to affect your 7th house of partnership and your 3rd house of communication, thoughts, intentions, your colleagues as well. If you're studying, then your education, your classmates. Also, this represents your short distance travels. So it looks like you're having some positive communication with another person or with clients. If you have any, there are going to be some nice relationships forming. You are marketing yourself in a very realistic light, but at the same time, you're kind of showcasing what exactly you do. You're putting a little bit of an emotional touch, or you're experiencing that in your environment, and it can be especially soothing and peaceful. You feel comforted by others, and you are comforting to others as well. On the 10th, we have Mercury in Cancer, right opposite Pluto in your zodiac, and Pluto is retrograde at this time. So again, more communication and perspective comes in through others that bring you more, personal empowerment. Now, because Pluto is retrograde, the transformations and changes that you are wishing to happen need to happen from the inside out. There needs to be an inward focus of investigation and deeper thinking, deeper questions, all of that to harness the blessings of it. The same day, we have Mars moving from Leo into Virgo. So Leo would be your 8th house of your intimate relationships, your vulnerability and shadow work. But as it enters Virgo, it enters into a harmonious relationship with your zodiac because it's a fellow earth sign. And as soon as it enters Virgo, it is trining with the North Node in Taurus, which is once again a fellow earth sign. So this is a very nice day in general. There's a lot of nice things happening here, and wherever Mars goes, activity and busyness follows. So there can be expansions, growth, renovations, not of the home, but like yourself and your dreams. What do you see your future as? And are you planning effectively in order to get there? Are you changing course adequately? Because Virgo is like, if something doesn't work, we have to change tactics. We have to try another organization method. We have to figure it out. What's the best course of action? So as you focus more on this, you might get some more insights through people you admire who are in that mentor position. And if you are the one who's guiding and mentoring others, you might find a lot of people who are asking for your guidance. You'll be a little bit busy in that particular area. Also, meeting people from other cultures or learning more about them, that can be especially inspiring because you can learn some new skills from them. Or you can even start dating someone who's coming from a different background, and that can be as well quite grounding and inspiring at the same time. On the next day, we have Mercury moving from Cancer, your 7th house of relationships, to Leo, which is your shadow home. So over here, there's going to be more focus on how you connect intimately, how vulnerable can you be. You're expressing your heart. You can be feeling a lot more passionate around this time. And the same day, we have Mercury squaring with North Node in Taurus. So your 8th house and 5th house topics again come back up that we experienced on the 2nd. So over here, we're getting some missing pieces of information that the North Node is still left to share. So more clarity from the shadow realms, more ideas about why are we afraid about certain things, or why am I insecure about certain situations when I don't need to be, and how can we break free of those things. That can come up on this day. And I say that this is more of a resolution type of square because it's the last aspect that the North Node is forming while being in Taurus. The next day, the North Node shifts into Aries, and now a new cycle begins of the Aries, Libra, North and South nodes respectively. So your focus is now going to be called towards your home. Your home is growing, your family is growing, you're expanding, and here you can do some renovations or purchasing a new home, selling an existing home that you've outgrown, and beginning a new chapter within your family environment. That's absolutely possible here. Anything that needs resolution, that can also come up here. And the 4th and 10th houses always talk about how much time or responsibility are you taking for yourself, and how much are you giving to others. So if you're someone who has been putting in a lot of effort and compromising a lot of yourself for other people, now the North Node is going to be like, enough of that. You've done a lot of that. Now it's time to come back home to you. Okay, figure out how you can revitalize, and when you come back home, how can you connect with your loved ones in a more energetic sense. Have some energy left for yourself and for your loved ones. Okay, that's basically the motto over here. So rebalancing the work life is going to come in. Now this is a 1.5 year transit, so be patient with yourself. There is a bit of a learning curve. We'll touch on that in a moment, but either way, just be patient. It's going to work out fine. It's a fellow cardinal sign, and I know it's a square aspect to you, but it is still going to bring in some revelations around home, ancestry, tradition, things like that, and you might be making new traditions as well. So that's exciting, right? On the 17th, we have a new moon in your sign of Cancer, which is in the 7th house. So new relationships can form, or new friendships are forming. You're entering a one-to-one type of contract, formal or informal, and you might be learning new things from them. And there is a sense of emotional comfort and security that surrounds this. The same day, we have Mercury in Leo squaring with Jupiter in Taurus. And that is again bringing into focus the 5th and the 8th houses. Where do you stop yourself, transform those subconscious beliefs, and figure out a new way of coping with things? And this applies to, of course, your intimate life as well as your shared resources, material, emotional, whichever level you look at it. There can be, new revelations changes that have happened, and you're kind of incorporating that. You're figuring out new facets to it. And I say new because this day is the day of the new moon. So there's new potential and insights that come in through other people. Like your partner might say, I've noticed you don't give me enough compliments. Why do you hold yourself back? And then that might get you thinking. It can even take you back to your childhood where, that was just not a thing that you guys did. So then, you can perhaps make it a new habit. You can figure out a way to, compliment your partner more. Just because something was not done in the past doesn't mean we can't doing something new now, right? On the 20th, we have the Sun trine Neptune. Sun is in Cancer in your 7th house, and Neptune is retrograde in Pisces in your 3rd house. So open and honest communication, sharing of feelings and intimacy, loving each other very deeply with your friends, your business partnership, your client relationships, and your romantic connections on many different levels, but definitely there is a level of openness and honesty. The same day we have we have Mars in Virgo, that is your 9th house. And we have that right opposite Saturn in Pisces, who is also retrograde in your 3rd house. So you might be making some changes to how you commute, or if you commute to your work. If you were obliged to commute to some place, or that you have to take short trips, or you have to make certain plans and organization, now you're like, well, I'm going to not think about the immediate future so much, or like not try to be so detail oriented of my day-to-day life. Instead, I'm going to think bigger. And you, Capricorn, are someone who can look at the bigger picture. You can see the ultimate goal. So I think this is more in your wheelhouse. There's more busyness in that mentor area. You're learning new philosophy, new belief systems, and there's a lot of activity regarding other cultures as well. Even foreign travel is possible. So you're changing your itineraries in some way, or making things a little bit more comfortable for you to manage. Okay, some type of rebalancing and moderation is taking place here. And the same can be said on another level, that your mindset is affecting the way that you see the world, and vice versa. So how can you restructure the words that you say in your day-to-day life to yourself, to others, and the thoughts that you have, right? Because that is going to have an immediate effect on whether you're restricting yourself or you're leaving yourself open, because that's the impression that is formed in other people's minds. On the 22nd, we have another opposition between the Sun in Cancer and Pluto in your zodiac. So Pluto is again retrograde, and you are learning to empower yourself. And the Sun in your partnership house is about learning from other people, or finding clarity through other people and your relationships with other people. And I think that's pretty potent here. That is going to lead to like a new beginning beyond this point. But this aspect alone is about that rebalancing. How much power do you keep for yourself? How much do you give away? How much power do other people hold above you, or vice versa, can occur. The same day we have the Sun in Cancer squaring with the North Node in Aries. So again, there can be some differences between your home and your partnership. And there is growth within the home, but it can be sort of like there's a new member that is wanting to live with you guys, and your partner might disagree of how the living arrangements need to be done, or whether or not someone should live with you guys. I know that's an oddly specific example, but it's related to the home and family. It can even be that your ancestry or your tradition does not allow for someone who's different from your cultural background to enter the family, or something like that. With the 4th, 7th houses, actually the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th houses, this can be a little bit stressful, okay? But at the same time, it's quite revealing, quite insightful as well, because the Sun is involved. There is light being shed on topics. And remember, I said there is a learning curve. Be patient with yourself. You will figure it out, because this is the first aspect that the North Node is forming while being in Aries. So it's in the beginning stages. The problem statement has to come up. We're going to deal with this. And with all of the aspects that the North Node will form while being in Aries, we're just going to discover newer and newer facets related to that Aries house of yours. Next day, the zodiac season shifts. The Sun moves into Leo, and Venus in Leo goes retrograde. So there's a lot of rethinking that is going to happen connected with your intimate life, your love and romantic relationships, also the way that you share your resources with others or not share with others, right? So there will be clarity and a lot of focus in that way that you're putting in. The same day, we have Mercury in Leo squaring with Uranus in Taurus, so that 5th and the 8th house. What stops you? What inhibits you from expressing yourself creatively and fully, vitally, energetically? What stops that? That's something to think about. You're deeply very passionate. Okay, you are a very passionate sign. Otherwise, you can't be that dedicated, you can't be that perseverant, and you can't be that loyal if that was not in you. So what is it that stops it from coming out fully to your satisfaction? That's the question you're going to be dealing with while Venus is in retrograde. And Venus also rules your finances, so you have to look at where are you investing in other people, in yourself. What needs a bit of a shake-up? Where does it need some recalibration? I feel like the first conscious insights are going to come on the 27th when Mercury meets with Venus in the sign of Leo, and Venus is retrograde, right? So I don't think we're getting very clear insights of, what needs to be done. We just have a lot of feelings and just topics that come up. But Mercury is kind of like, all right, let's think about this. Okay, let's make this conscious. Okay, this exists. How are we going to figure this out? Okay, very proactive in that way. The next day, we have Mercury in Leo trining with the North Node in Aries. So we can see that there is some type of inspiration, motivation, and some action plan that is developed in this time. So being patient works, right? You're the sign of patience and perseverance. So I think it's working for you guys as well, because you're figuring out different ways of dealing with situations. Aries is in your 4th house and Leo is in your 8th house. So some subconscious belief patterns or conditioning that has been there in your ancestry, through your childhood, through no one's fault, it's just there. Those things are getting resolved, and there is open communication and understanding, or brainstorming sessions that you're doing perhaps with your therapist or just by yourself, where there is a lot of acceptance and understanding of where you're coming from and where you're going. The same day, we have Mercury moving into Virgo. So Mercury rules this zodiac, and it is going to be especially strong. So your guidance, your mentorship is going to be looked after. And if you're traveling somewhere abroad, that's absolutely very likely that you're making some plans. Either you're booking tickets at this time or you're doing the traveling at this time. And this can be especially healing, but this can also be like for work and for service. But either way, you get a lot done, and you discover like new ways of working or new ways of helping others, depending on what exactly you do. And also 9th house talks about expansion, right? So your health is expanding. You're finding out new ways to maintain your diet, your routines, and kind of improving every day, right? Improving every single day. And this is again at a harmonious relationship with your zodiac. So it is likely going to work out in your favor, where you see lots and lots of growth. Okay. And also there will be many ideas because you're quite analytical at this time. And by, again, looking at other people in your environment, I think you're gathering a lot of information, especially if you're traveling abroad or interacting with people from different backgrounds, you're going to gain some major insights. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed and that the messages help you out throughout the month. Stay tuned for the tarot reading for your zodiac sign as well. I will be uploading them soon. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified whenever that's up. And if you enjoyed the reading, please do like and comment your thoughts if you have any. It will be really lovely to hear back from you, and it really helps the channel grow as well. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.